What's up, YouTube? We're back with another episode of What the Hell I Doing. And this week we're back with another edition of Champ's Corner. Yes, I know, 2 weeks in a row. Wah, wah, wah. And if you didn't know, I did a video last week doing a tour of my garden. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. And I should do it again because holy crap, it's changed a lot in the last week because of the crazy hot weather. So we're back with Champ's Corner, and this week we're going to discuss UFC Fight Island, which is taking place tonight. It's, I guess, officially Fight Island 1, although it ended up being that they're going to United Emirates, which they've done before. It's not exactly what they made us think it was going to be when they said they got a private island, but at the same time, it's still cool, and hopefully the setup of the event will be, a little unique. I think it's going to be from what I've seen in preview videos. But Octagon Beach would be amazing, wouldn't it? But yeah, so that's happening tonight. That's actually happening in a few hours. It's going to get started, so I want to make sure I get this video done and posted so nobody can say that I posted it late when the results are already there. You guys know I don't do that. I do UFC picks on Facebook. If you don't know, I've been doing it for years. I think I've done 170 some odd UFCs now officially. So yeah, I'm a big UFC guy. This is what I do. So yeah. So make sure that if you are interested in the fights tonight, you should watch them, of course, because it's going to be great. But yeah, I am putting something on the line as I always do. I always make a sports bet with pain involved for you. It kind of rhymed. So, yeah, tonight's a big deal. It's a big event. It's what I call my birthday UFC. Every year on my birthday or within a few days of, there's a big UFC that's usually the biggest UFC of the year. This one's no exception. There's 3 title fights that close out the night. Big names on the card. Even when a fight didn't happen because of COVID-19, the replacement fight is probably bigger and better than the first fight, and it was the fight they were intending on, and that's the fight between Masvidal and Usman. They were trying to make this fight before, but the money thing was an issue, and the fight didn't happen. And of course, when Gilbert Burns went down with COVID, who he just actually fought a few weeks ago and won, so it's kind of crazy that he tested positive and got pulled from the card. So they had to, quickly find a replacement, or the card was going to lose a major event. Masvidal was ready. He was still training, and I don't know how ready he's actually going to be, but he was in shape. And they obviously offered him what he wanted, and I think he signed a new fight deal as well. So I'm excited about that. Masvidal's a great fighter. He's really hit the prime time lately with some stunning finishes. But if you've been watching him for years, he's a tough guy. He's a bit of a brawler. He's had some losses, but he's been in some great fights. And I think one of the first times I watched him fight was a back and forth brawl. I wish I could remember who it was, but I remember I tweeted him after, and he even said something to me on Twitter, which was cool. But it was an impressive fight. I just kind of gave him kudos, and yeah. So, but I've been a fan of him for a while. So I really like this fight. The one thing I don't like is that it's 6 days notice. Masvidal's earned his place. He's on a hot streak. He's had some impressive finishes. He's got hands, no doubt. He's one of the hottest fighters in MMA right now. And Usman's the real deal too. I'm not taking away from him. I've picked him in the last few fights that I've picked. If this Masvidal had a full training camp for this fight, I would be all over it. I would be like, he's going to win this fight for sure. And unfortunately, 6 days, he might have been staying in shape, but I don't think he's going to be ready for the kind of wrestling that's going to come his way. If he had a full training camp, I think he would. Masvidal can wrestle too, but I think Usman's going to be at a different level. And without a full training camp for that, I think that's going to be ultimately the difference maker in this fight. I think Usman will just constantly keep going for takedowns, and he might just wrestle hug him to a victory. I don't know. But, unfortunately, as much as I want to pick Masvidal, I think he can catch him and knock him out. I think that's a possibility, but I just don't think the odds are in his favor. I think he's going to spend too much time fighting off the fence or getting up and just kind of being held down Not necessarily getting beat up, but I just think he's going to get control a lot. And he might not have the tank to go 5 rounds of that either. We'll see. I hope I'm wrong. But unfortunately, as much as I want Masvidal to win the fight, I'm going to place a Deathshot challenge, 33 Reaper Deathshot bet on Usman winning that fight. And I apologize to Jorge Masvidal. I love this guy. I honestly do. And I'm going to be cheering for him tonight, and I hope he wins. I really do. Because one question mark about Usman is his chin. He's not been tested that way. He's looked good in his wins. He's technical. He's got a high-level wrestling game. But we have not seen him get rocked. We have not seen him be put into deep waters and then come back from that. I think Masvidal will get a chance tonight to at least touch him once, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if he can put him into some trouble. And, maybe Masvidal can pull it off. But that's the question mark with Usman. What will happen to him if he gets hit hard? If he gets hurt? Will he be able to survive? Does he have the instincts? Or will Masvidal be able to, overcome his instincts and put him away if he gets him into trouble? There's a slim chance that can happen, but like I said, I think Usman will play it safe, and I think he's going to be able to wrestle and control the fight and avoid trouble. But we'll see. The chin is the question mark, and maybe Masvidal will touch him. But that being said, I have to play it safe on this one. I am betting the 33 Reaper Deathshots on Usman to win. But Jorge, I am cheering for you, buddy, and I hope you win, because then I'll have to do this for people. I'm not going to do a massive amount. I'll probably do what I've done before, but we'll see, because that's going to depend on this next pick. That's right. We're going to do a bonus pick. Last time Volkanovski fought Holloway, he beat him. And I made a bet, I believe I made a bet, on this channel, on that fight, saying Holloway would win that, and I was wrong. And I had to do Deathshot punishment, and I think that was back in January. And if it is, I'm pretty sure I did it. So if there is a video of that, and I think there is, there's going to be a link at the end of the video here for the next week linking to that. Or maybe I'll add a third link on the screen if I can, and it'll be a permanent link. We'll see. But I'll make sure you guys see that. But I was wrong that time. I said Max was the best, and he has been the best for a long time. Let's be clear about that. Max Holloway has been one of the best fighters in his weight class for a long time, and he's dominated that division for a long time. But the last few fights, he's had a couple rough ones, and he's been in a lot of wars, so maybe time is going to start taking its toll on Max Holloway. I think the fight with Volkanovski last time was no fluke. I think that Volkanovski totally earned that victory. I think he was the better fighter, clearly. And I think that we're going to see more of the same this time around. I was wrong last time in picking Max, and I don't think I'll be wrong this time in picking Volkanovski to win. I think that we're going to see more of the same. Unless Max can completely reinvent himself or completely adapt to situations that happen in this fight and do something surprising, I think that the same result's going to happen, unfortunately. And it pains me to say that, because Max is a great fighter and I love watching him fight. But he has been in some wars, and sometimes those add up quicker than time itself. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm picking Volkanovski in that fight. And in that fight, I will bet some of the original 10 Reaper Deathshots. So we're going to do possibly a What's Hotter competition next week. If I'm wrong in both those fights, the question of what's truly hotter between these two will have to happen. And if not, we'll have to save that for a future video. But yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm looking forward to UFC Fight Island, and I hope you guys are too. And, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I want Masvidal to win. I'm going to be cheering for him tonight. I think he can knock out Usman if he gets him in trouble. But I think the likelihood of that happening is slim, because I think Usman's going to fight it very safe and just constantly control. And the Volkanovski fight with Holloway, like I said, I expect more of the same. I don't think Max will be able to adapt and do what he needs to do between the fights or in the fight. And I'd like to be wrong on that one, but I think Volkanovski is the new guy. And we'll see. We'll see. And if I'm wrong on both, these are on the line. Oops, let's make sure that they're facing the camera. These will be on the line. So we'll see what happens. But until next time, or next week when we find out what I'm going to be doing, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check out last week's garden tour video. Make sure you check out this video, which will be the last Holloway Volkanovski pick. And, well, maybe there'll be one down here that's the same thing. I'm sorry, I was just scratching my balls. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see what happens tonight, UFC Fight Island.